You didn't just stumble into this message. It found you at a moment when something inside feels worn down, not physically, but deeper. The kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. The kind that comes from carrying too much for too long, while telling yourself you should be stronger by now. You may still be getting through your days, smiling when needed, showing up, doing what's expected. But inside, there's a quiet heaviness, a sense that you've been running on willpower instead of nourishment. And no one ever taught you how to rest without guilt. This tiredness isn't a failure, it's a signal. A gentle one you've been ignoring because you were taught to push, to endure, to keep going even when your heart was asking for softness. Your body learned to cooperate. Your spirit learned to wait. So many people think they're exhausted because they're doing life wrong, but often they're tired because they've been doing it without enough kindness toward themselves. Because they learn to measure their worth by effort, not by being. If you've been telling yourself, I'll rest later, or I just need to get through this, listen closely. Later keeps moving. And the part of you that needs care doesn't understand deadlines. It only understands whether it feels safe enough to exhale. What if being tired is not something to fix, but something to honor? What if this weariness is asking you to stop fighting yourself and start listening instead? Not dramatically, not all at once, just enough to change the tone inside. You don't need to explain your exhaustion to anyone. You don't need permission to slow down. You don't need to earn rest by suffering first. There is a deeper intelligence within you that knows when it's time to soften. Stay with this message. Let it speak to the part of you that feels unseen and overextended. You are not lazy. You are not weak. You are responding exactly as a sensitive soul does when it has given more than it has received. It's okay to be tired. It's okay to pause. And it's more than okay to begin treating yourself as someone worthy of care, especially now when you feel it the most. I want to begin by saying something very gently to you. It is all right to be exactly where you are right now. You do not need to explain yourself to me, and you do not need to correct anything before you listen. If you feel tired inside, there is a wisdom in that feeling, and I am honoring it with you. There is a kind of tiredness that does not come from walking too far or working too long. It comes from carrying feelings that were never given a safe place to rest. It comes from holding yourself together when you would have preferred to soften. This is not a weakness. It is a sign of how deeply you have cared. Many people have learned to move through life by tightening themselves inside. They learned early that staying alert, staying strong, staying capable felt safer than resting. Over time, this effort becomes so familiar that we forget we are doing it. The body cooperates, the heart waits quietly, and the spirit grows weary. I want you to know that nothing has gone wrong. Your inner tiredness is not proof that you failed to do life correctly. It is a message. It is a gentle signal asking for attention, not judgment. When we stop arguing with our feelings, we begin to hear what they are trying to tell us. So often, we meet our weariness with criticism. We tell ourselves we should be more grateful, more motivated, more capable. We push ourselves with sharp thoughts, believing that pressure will somehow restore our strength. Yet, pressure only teaches the body and heart to close a little more. I invite you, just for this moment, to lay down the idea that you need to fix yourself. You are not broken. You are responding in a very natural way to years of effort without enough tenderness. Even becoming aware of this truth begins to shift something inside. When I look back at my own life, I see how often I demanded strength from myself while withholding kindness. I believed that survival required hardness. I did not yet understand that love is what truly sustains us. Many of us were never shown how to rest without guilt. If you were taught that being valuable meant being useful, then slowing down can feel frightening. The body may tense and the mind may rush in with warnings. Yet the deepest part of you knows that exhaustion is not solved by more effort. It is soothed by understanding. Your body has been listening to every thought you think. It has responded faithfully, even when those thoughts were unkind. When the body grows tired, it is not rebelling against you. It is asking you to listen more closely. It is asking you to become gentler. There is no need to analyze your tiredness or give it a story right now. Simply noticing it without blame is enough. Awareness brings light, and light brings choice. You do not have to change everything today. You only need to stop fighting yourself. I want you to imagine speaking to yourself the way you would speak to a dear friend who feels worn down. You would not scold them. You would not demand answers. You would offer understanding. That same kindness belongs to you as well. Many people believe they must earn compassion by suffering quietly. They wait until everything is finished before allowing themselves relief. But the part of you that feels tired does not understand future promises. It understands only what it feels now. This tiredness may have been building for a long time. It may come from being the one who held everything together. It may come from learning to smile when you wanted to cry. It may come from ignoring your own needs to keep the peace. All of this deserves tenderness. When we deny our feelings, they do not disappear. They settle deeper into the body. Over time, this creates a heaviness that no amount of rest alone can remove. Emotional honesty, offered gently, is what begins to restore balance. I am not asking you to relive painful moments. I am only inviting you to acknowledge that your experience matters. You matter. Your feelings are not interruptions to life. They are part of life, speaking to you in its own language. You may notice that when you stop judging your tiredness, it softens slightly. Even a small easing is meaningful. This is how healing begins, not through force, but through permission. Permission to be human, permission to feel, permission to pause. Life is not disappointed in you for feeling this way. Life does not measure you by how much you endure. Life responds to the thoughts you hold about yourself. When those thoughts become kinder, life reflects that kindness back to you. I often remind people that we are not here to prove our worth. We are here to express who we are. Exhaustion often appears when we forget this and try to earn love through effort. Love is not a reward. It is your natural state. If you notice resistance inside as you hear these words, that is all right. Resistance is often a sign that something new is being considered. You do not need to push it away. Simply let it be present without judgment. There is a great relief that comes when we stop asking, "What is wrong with me?" and begin asking, "What do I need right now?" This question opens a doorway to self-trust. It tells the inner child that someone is finally listening. You may have learned to override your needs because no one else noticed them. Over time, this becomes a habit. Yet habits can change when awareness is brought in with love. You are not late. You are right on time for this realization. I want you to know that your sensitivity is not a liability. It is a strength that has simply been overused without enough replenishment. Sensitivity thrives in gentleness. It withers under constant pressure. As you listen, see if you can allow your shoulders to soften just a little. Let your breath become easier. You do not need to do this perfectly. Even the intention to soften sends a message of safety to the body. You are not asking too much by wanting rest. You are not failing by feeling tired. You are responding honestly to your experience. Honesty is the doorway to healing, and you have already stepped through it by being here. This part of your journey is not about doing more. It is about recognizing what has already been done. You have carried a great deal. Acknowledging that truth is an act of self-respect. I encourage you to say quietly to yourself, "I see you, I hear you." These simple words begin to rebuild trust inside. They let the tired parts of you know they are no longer alone. There is nothing you need to achieve in this moment. There is nowhere else you need to be. This is not a pause from your life. This is your life, asking to be lived with more kindness. As we continue together, we will gently explore how to release the old beliefs that told you rest must be earned. For now, simply allow yourself to recognize your weariness without judgment. That recognition is already a healing choice. You are doing beautifully, even now, even here. I want to speak with you now about a belief that many of us have carried for a very long time, often without realizing it. It is the belief that rest must be earned, that we are allowed to soften only after everything is finished, after everyone else is satisfied, after we have proven ourselves worthy through effort. This belief can live so quietly inside us that we mistake it for truth. Many people were taught, directly or indirectly, that love followed good behavior. Praise came when we tried harder. Approval came when we did more. Over time, we learned to associate rest with danger and effort with safety. The body learned to stay alert, the heart learned to wait, and the spirit learned to postpone its needs. If you feel uneasy when you slow down, there is nothing wrong with you. That uneasiness is simply an old habit speaking. It is the voice of a time when being still did not feel safe, when attention had to be earned, when quiet felt like risk instead of relief. I want you to know that this belief was learned, and anything that is learned can be gently unlearned. You do not have to fight it or shame it away. You only need to see it clearly and decide whether it still serves you. So many people feel guilty when they rest. They may sit down, yet their thoughts keep moving. The body may pause, but the mind continues to list what still needs to be done. This is not rest. This is endurance in disguise. True rest begins inside when permission is given. I often remind myself and others that guilt is simply a learned response. It does not mean you are doing something wrong. It means you are doing something unfamiliar. When we meet guilt with understanding instead of obedience, it begins to loosen its hold. Ask yourself, very gently, who taught you that you had to earn relief? Was it a household where busyness was praised? Was it a time when needs were overlooked? Was it a belief that being good meant being useful? There is no need to blame, only to notice. The idea that rest must be earned keeps many people in a constant state of effort. Even moments meant for pleasure become tasks to complete properly. Even kindness toward oneself comes with conditions. This is very tiring for the soul. Life does not ask you to exhaust yourself to deserve care. Life is generous by nature. It responds to love with more love. When we hold harsh expectations toward ourselves, life reflects that harshness back to us. When we soften, life softens too. You may notice a part of you that says, if I stop, everything will fall apart. This is an understandable fear, yet look at how much you have already carried. You are not holding life together by force. Life is supporting you far more than you realize. Rest is not quitting. It is not giving up. It is allowing yourself to receive. And receiving can feel uncomfortable when you have been trained only to give, but receiving is a necessary part of balance. Without it, giving becomes depletion. I remember times in my own life when I believed I had to push myself to be worthy. I did not yet understand that worth is inherent. It does not increase with effort, and it does not disappear with rest. It simply is. You are allowed to pause without explaining yourself. You are allowed to take a breath without justifying it. You are allowed to enjoy stillness without earning it first. These truths may feel strange at first, and that is all right. Sometimes the body holds tension because it is waiting for permission to relax. When the mind finally says it is safe to stop, the body responds with gratitude. This is not laziness. This is intelligence returning to balance. Notice how often you say to yourself, just one more thing, one more task, one more responsibility, one more day of pushing. Later keeps moving. The needs of the heart live in the present. They do not understand promises made to the future. I invite you to consider that rest is not something you take from life. It is something you allow. It flows naturally when resistance eases. It arrives when self-judgment softens. It stays when self-approval grows. You may have learned to motivate yourself through pressure. You may believe that kindness will make you complacent, yet kindness does not stop growth. It makes growth sustainable. Harshness creates short bursts of effort followed by deep exhaustion. If you speak to yourself only when you are disappointed, your inner world becomes a place of tension. When you speak kindly, even during rest, your inner world becomes a place of safety. Healing happens in safety. I often suggest simple affirmations spoken gently, not as commands, but as invitations. You might say to yourself, "It is safe for me to rest," or "I allow myself to receive care." These words may feel unfamiliar. Let them be. You do not need to believe them fully for them to begin working. The body listens to the tone of your voice, not just the words. Speak to yourself as you would to someone you love who has been trying very hard. Rest does not take anything away from you. It gives back clarity, patience, and warmth. It allows the mind to settle and the body to restore. When rest is allowed, inspiration returns naturally, without force. There is a difference between effort that feels nourishing and effort that feels draining. The belief that rest must be earned often turns all effort into strain. When rest is allowed freely, effort becomes a choice rather than a demand. You may notice a fear that if you rest, you will lose your edge or your purpose. Yet purpose does not come from exhaustion. It comes from connection. Rest reconnects you to yourself, and from that connection, life flows more easily. I want you to know that you do not have to suffer to be worthy of ease. Ease is not a reward for pain. It is a natural state that returns when resistance is released. Life does not need you to struggle to love you. As you listen to these words, notice any place inside that feels defensive or doubtful. Offer that place kindness too. It learned these beliefs to protect you. Thank it for its effort, and let it know you are choosing something gentler now. You are not abandoning responsibility by resting. You are honoring the instrument through which life is lived. A tired instrument cannot play a clear song. Care restores harmony. I invite you to practice noticing moments when you rush yourself unnecessarily. See if you can pause and ask, what would feel kinder right now? Even small choices in favor of kindness begin to rewrite old patterns. The belief that rest must be earned dissolves slowly through repeated experiences of safety. Each time you rest without punishment, your system learns something new. Over time, ease becomes familiar. You are allowed to be here without striving. You are allowed to listen without effort. You are allowed to receive these words without needing to change immediately. This is rest, too. As we continue, we will explore how the body responds when it is treated as a loving companion rather than a tool. For now, let yourself consider this gentle truth. You do not need to earn what is already yours. Rest is your birthright. Ease is natural. And allowing yourself to soften is not a failure. It is a return to balance. Be patient with yourself as these ideas settle. They are seeds, and seeds grow quietly. You are learning a new way of being with yourself, one that honors life rather than pushing against it. And that, in itself, is a beautiful beginning. I want to speak with you now about your body, not as something